Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Peter Vrionis, back with another episode of the Press Box Hat Trick. And today I'm joined by my buddy Sawyer Henstridge to talk about the MLB season, the playoff race, as well as the Toronto Blue Jays. A lot of Toronto Blue Jays. So, my guy, Sawyer, thank you for being here, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, bro, for sure, for sure. I play on the Concordia baseball team with Sawyer, so that's actually how we met. He knows his ball, big time Blue Jays fan, so we're gonna have a blast. We'll
For sure.
start in the AL East. We'll start with the wild card race. The Jays, the Sox, and the Yankees. They're actually in a three-way tie as we record this episode right now on Wednesday at 3 p.m. as the Jays are about to throw their first pitch. So, what do you think about that? It's crazy that those teams all have over 80 wins. They're all in the same division and they're all battling it out for that wild card race. What do you
Best division in baseball, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
guaranteed, guaranteed. There's
yeah,
no
it's
no other division like
really, really coming down to it here. It's like we've already started playoff baseball and we're halfway through September. It's intense.
Yeah, it's intense. Like we've been watching pretty much every Jays game before we go to practice, and we're looking at the highlights in the outfield, and while we're practicing, like we're that locked in, we're that invested into it.
Yeah,
It's wild. Like we were actually talking about this not long ago. The Jays have like a plus 170 run differential.
yeah, it's like top three, top
Yeah,
five in baseball. Like it's insane the amount of runs they produce.
yeah,
That
and
off
they're
is
not even they're not even the top team in their division. That speaks to how good those teams are. Like when you got to play the Rays, the Yankees, and the Red Sox like almost 20 times a year, you're sure to have a bit of a tough time, you know?
for sure
Yeah.
tough on your pitchers, your bullpen.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, just getting to that time where we need all of our systems to go. We need our bullpen ready. We need our starting pitching. It's been there. It's been there for sure. Our bullpen was there at the start of the year. Offense heating up for sure. Obviously, we just need all of our systems to click at the same time right now as we make the final push here.
Hmm. Yeah, well, the Blue Jays, their offense has been rolling. Yesterday, they had a bit of a tough time against the Rays. Great
Yeah,
defensive ball club, great pitching ball club as well. They had to
yeah.
have a game like that at some point. They can't score 10 runs every game, you know?
A lot of unlucky too. I mean, like no outs, two runners on. We line out to center field twice. So some days it's just how it's gonna go. Against a team like the Rays too, we can only hope we win the series tonight.
Well, one positive that you could take away from last night is Jose Barrios is looking a lot more comfortable in the Jays jersey. He's been
For sure.
struggling a little bit. And if he starts to find his groove as the playoffs come along, it could be scary. The rotation's looking pretty good.
It is for sure. Yeah.
Okay, I have another question that I want to ask you
Yeah.
about Vladimir Guerrero. Do you think he's the MVP in the American League right now?
Right now, I'm gonna say no,
Okay.
but he is that close. I mean, any other year, and he's got it for sure. I mean, how can you compete with a guy like Shohei Ohtani? I mean, he's not even human.
I mean,
But
he slowed down. Otani slowed down a lot. But yeah, finish what you were saying.
yeah, that's true. That is true. But Vladdy, I mean, especially if he gets the triple crown, then no doubt, I think he's got what it takes. I think by the end of the season, he will be the AL MVP for sure.
Yeah. Like you said, any other year, he would be
No
running
question.
away with honors right now.
Yeah,
But it's tough. I mean, Otani is one of the better. I wouldn't say. I think he's a little overrated as a pitcher.
yeah,
He's not an ace. He's definitely not an ace. But
no,
he is a front of the rotation type of arm for sure. He's very good on the mound, and he's a phenomenal power hitter.
oh
Phenomenal.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That it's so exciting just watching them back and forth for the home run lead.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah.
look, people would always compare Otani this year to Babe Ruth, but Babe Ruth never did anything like this in a season. He never pitched and hit at an elite level in the same year. Like
Yeah.
Otani is doing right now is something that we've never seen. So I don't see, even if Vladdy does win the Triple Crown and leads the Blue Jays to a wild card spot, I don't see how you can't give it to Otani.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's changing the game. It's unheard of.
I can't believe what we're witnessing. It's
Yeah.
wild. It's crazy if a guy in like junior baseball is pitching and hitting at a good level and dominating at both. And for him to do it and make major leaguers look stupid while they're doing it, yeah, you got to give it to him for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
So another question: if the Jays do end up making the wild card spot,
Yeah.
who are you starting in that game?
That's a tough question, but you got to go with your guy who's been there all year, and that's Robbie Ray for sure. I mean, how many times has he gone out and just absolutely shut them down? Like, I think lately Ryu has had his struggles. Barrios, obviously, little bit of up and down, and they're gonna get there. But Robbie Ray he's been our guy all year, so I'm sticking with him for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I mean, Robbie Ray's the safe choice. Every time he pitches, the more he earns more money. It's like you're gonna have to pay this guy more every time he steps out on the mound. I almost want to shut him down for the rest of the year, so we give him 400 mil when he hits free agency.
Exactly, especially if he gets that Cy Young award. It's
Oh,
an
God.
extra couple milli coming out of our pockets, hopefully.
We were joking about it. We're like, I think the MLB is just gonna give it to him just to fuck with the Blue Jays and make sure they lose him in free agency.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not, dude. If my Rogers bills, fuck, I'm paying them enough already. Like, they better re-sign him.
Yeah, because your $40 a month is it's really contributing to Ray re-signing in the off season.
Yep, that's why I'm with them. Yeah.
That's funny, man. That's funny. So do you think the Blue Jays are contenders?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, I think our offense is the best in the league. When it's clicking and when we're clutching up in those key situations.
Mhm.
It's been our problem of late, not coming through with runners in scoring position. But if our guys get hot, then there's not a doubt in my mind that we've got the most potent lineup in the league. And with guys like Robbie Ray on the mound, with Ryu and Barrios, I mean, I think we've got what it takes for sure to make a late push in late into the postseason for sure.
Well, the thing with me is that I'm hesitant because our bullpen sucks. It
That's
really
true.
sucks. And look,
So,
guys in the playoffs, they grind out at bats. Like you don't see starters go 8, 9 innings in the playoffs. It doesn't happen because everybody has their A lineup out there. Everybody is grinding out at bats, trying to move runners over, sacrificing themselves. So it's a much different game, and it's a much more grinded out type game in the playoffs. Like you don't mash home runs. You don't win games 20-2 in the playoffs. You win with small ball. You win by making the other pitcher work. And I'm afraid that if our starter gets taken out of the game in the fifth, sixth inning, where do we go from there?
yeah, we're gonna have to just hope that our guys like Pearson can go a couple, and Merriweather, hopefully he can go a couple, and yeah, we know Romano, we've got our faith in him late in the game, that's for sure. But it's those late middle innings that we're gonna need some arms to step up in the bullpen for sure. That's definitely our shakiest spot right
The
now.
problem is getting to Romano because you know he's going to do his job. But how do you get there without damage? That's my only issue. And any other aspect of this ball club besides their bullpen pitching, they're a contender, but their bullpen is really below par. Like it's
Yeah,
not good.
you're right. You're right. So yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I want you to give me. We'll go with we'll go with four favorites in the American League. Give me a specific order as well. So go from four down to one. Who do you
Four
think
down
are the
one.
contenders in the AL?
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go with the Rays.
At four?
Uh, sorry, I'm going 1 to 4.
Okay, you go one to four. Do whatever you want.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Rays, White Sox. Let's see here. Give me uh, give me Blue Jays than Yankees.
Ooh, okay,
I got faith in my boys.
okay. So look, I don't have the Yankees in my top four, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
yeah,
They're too inconsistent of a team. Like
yeah,
when you got guys like Gallo and Stanton, like they're wild cards. They either go yard every single game for the span of 10 games, or
yeah.
they strike out for 10 games in a row. So
So would you put Houston in that mix?
yeah, I would actually go with the Rays at one. I would go
Yep.
with Houston at number two, just
Okay.
because they've been there and
Yeah.
they're that.
They've
Even though
done
they don't
good.
have Springer anymore, they've done it and they've done
Yeah.
it for years. So Rays, Astros, third. I'm gonna go with the White Sox and then the Jays at four. Like the Jays are, they're in they're in the race, but their bullpen, I don't trust them.
Yep.
I want to be biased, but I just don't trust the Jays bullpen, and it's their Achilles heel right now, and it's too important in the playoffs for me to say that they're a runaway favorite.
Yep. For sure. No. Yeah. Great point.
Yeah. So now I kind of want to move to the National League. We'll go over a
Yep.
couple of things. Obviously, the NL West is probably the second best division in baseball.
Yeah.
Um,
Got two top 5 teams in the league, so it's definitely one of the best.
how are the San Francisco Giants so good?
That I don't know. It's combination of things. I mean, they've got some good veterans that have been there before. They've got a lot of experience. Guys like Crawford and Belt and Posey, and then Longoria for sure, and then some big pickup at the deadline too, and Chris Bryant. That was huge.
Hmm.
So just a combination of experience and just playing good ball. I mean, I think I saw this. It was like the odds of the Giants making the playoffs, like before the season started, and they were like,
1.2,
yeah.
1.2%. Yeah, I saw
So
that.
that just goes to show baseball is not all very unpredictable, and it's just if your team is rolling and clicking, and you got all your systems going at the same time, then yeah, they've figured it out, and that's a good team. That's a dangerous team, for
Mhm.
sure.
Well, it feels like we're in like 2014 again. Like all these guys are having like they revamped their careers completely. Like
Yeah,
guys like Buster Posey are hitting over 300.
yeah,
Brandon Crawford has 30 something bombs. It's
yeah,
like, where did all this come from? These guys were washed up like just a year ago,
yeah,
and now they're surging. Kevin Gosman is a Cy Young candidate.
yeah,
I just don't understand where all this is coming from. And like you said, Chris Bryant, big pickup. He's always been a stud. So yeah, it's not a team I would want to see in October.
yeah.
Really.
They've got their ball rolling. They've got it figured out for sure. So you can definitely expect them to go deep into the postseason this year for sure.
I do expect them to go deep, but I still think the Dodgers are the favorite in the NL. And keep in mind that they're probably going to have to play against the Giants in
Yep.
round one. So
Yeah.
that's pretty wild. Who's pitching in game one, by the way, for the Dodgers? Scherzer, I guess.
Yeah, you could go Scherzer. I
Look,
have strongly consider Walker Buehler for sure.
they
Um,
lost with Scherzer on the mound, though. They're 9-0 when he starts for the Dodgers.
what are you going with?
I'm going with Scherzer. I
Yeah,
love that guy, man. He's so good.
yeah,
And they got Trey Turner too. Like they're a ridiculous team. Even though Bellinger's having the worst year in baseball right now, they're they're not a team I want to see either.
yeah, yeah. They've proved that they are really good, and they earned their title last year. That's for sure. They showed up this year.
Yeah. And would you say they're still the favorite in the National League?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
Yeah,
over the Giants.
yeah, yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, I'm right with you on that. Uh,
Yeah, I would say Dodgers, Giants, and then the Brew Crew are right up there with them. That's for sure too.
that was actually going to be my next question. Do you think the Milwaukee Brewers are a legitimate title contender?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I think they are. They have been last couple years. I think they've got what it takes. They're another team. They're not gonna come at you with all these huge names, but similar to the Rays, they're just a ball club that works really well together, and they play the game real hard. And they've always got good pitching, good starting pitching. I mean, I like do not that combination 1-2 of Burns and Woodruff is that's going to be deadly in the postseason. That's for sure.
Yeah, Corbin Burns has been unbelievable. This guy is disgusting. Imagine facing that.
Yeah, no. And then yeah, for sure, Hader out the pen. They've got good bullpen.
Yeah.
They've got a good team. That's for sure.
And Willie Adames was a great pickup for them as well.
Yeah,
He was actually in the MVP conversation for a little bit.
yeah,
Might still be. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was hurt for a bit, but I think
Yeah, he was hurt, but yeah, he's that was a good pickup for them. And
yeah,
the Brewers gave up a couple bullpen pieces to get him because the Rays want to call up Wander Franco and let him
yeah,
shine. So it's a win-win for both teams, you know.
exactly.
Yeah. And my next question: who wins the NL MVP?
I mean, it's that's a tough one for sure. Got Harper's having a year. Um, you know, they don't um they don't really match up with the American League top MVP candidates, that's for sure. But what would you say for that? Would you go with Harper?
I wouldn't, just because
No,
the Phillies are not that good.
that's true.
So
If
I think Trey Turner is up there.
Trey Turner, yeah,
What he's done for the Dodgers, but you also got to keep in mind that he was on the Nats for pretty much half the season, so
yeah,
that doesn't help his case.
yeah,
Uh, I, you know what? I might go like off the board a little bit. You know, give me B Craw, give me Brandon Crawford, man.
yeah,
Yeah, man. They're first place for a reason, and he's a big part of that.
yeah. That's true. Actually, that's a great point. I mean, obviously, like the names Tatis and Soto come to mind, but their team just their teams just aren't doing anything close to what the Giants are accomplishing. So that's a good point. Yeah,
Well, look, the Giants really use a team approach when they play a game. Like they got weapons 1 through 9. They got a great pitching staff. Everyone does their job. Everyone contributes, but Brandon Crawford has been their best player all year, and there's no doubt in my mind. So why not give it to him?
why not? He's earned it for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he will get it just because it's not a sexy name, and it's not a guy that, you know, gets marketed very well by the MLB, just for the simple fact that he's not a superstar, but he's
Yeah,
played one this year.
yeah,
So that's my pick, even though it's a bit of a off the grid type pick.
yeah, for sure.
My guy, that's my guy for sure. Gold Glover caliber too.
Oh yeah,
So fuck it,
yeah,
give it to him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a top defensive shortstop in the league. That's for sure.
Maybe not anymore, but he's definitely up there
He's
for
solid.
sure.
Yeah, yeah, he's solid.
I say Lindor's the best defensive shortstop in the game,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Well, it's certainly not our guy in blue over there.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Bo is. We don't talk about his defense. Love his bat though. Love his
Oh
bat.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Finally, World Series prediction. Who gets matched up? Who wins in how many games? And who takes home MVP honors? Give it to me.
Okay, so I'm gonna be a little bit biased here. I think my Blue Jays are gonna go all the way,
Okay.
and I think um, I think the Brewers want it bad. I think they're
Okay.
gonna grind their way to get there for sure. Yeah, I think it's gonna be very unexpected year, and some things are gonna go some unpredicted ways. And I think it's gonna be the Brewers Blue Jays, and I think it's gonna be Jays in 7.
And who wins MVP?
Vladdy baby.
Vladdy Daddy. I like
Yeah,
it. Okay. For me, I'm gonna put the bias aside. The Jays are not gonna win the World Series this year.
yeah.
Sorry to break it to you, Sawyer.
Uh,
I'm sorry, bro. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I gotta remain realistic. I think I'm gonna go with the Rays,
Good pick.
and
Matchup
it's
of
not it's not an even year, so I can't go with the Giants. It's not 2022. As much as I would like to go with the Giants, I think the Dodgers make the World Series.
think they're gonna run it back.
A matchup of last year's
Yep.
Fall Classic, and the Rays get the better of the Dodgers this time around. Rays
Yeah.
in 6, and MVP goes to Wander Franco.
Wander Franco. Wow. In
Wander
his
Franco, rookie World Series MVP, future MVP of the league. Wander Franco, 20 years old, World
that's a
Series
good. That's a good
MVP.
pick for sure. Yeah.
Why not, man? I love the way the guy plays the game. Hard nosed, great hitter from both sides of the plate. Wander Franco, World Series MVP. Tampa Bay Rays in 6.
Heard it here first.
You heard it here first. We might come back to this if it's true, and we might come back to your prediction too if the Jays win the World Series. I hope they do. I
Yeah.
hope I'm wrong, and I hope you're right. Mine was a bit of a hot take too, so we're not too far off from each other.
Yeah. That's
But,
true.
yeah, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining me, Sawyer. So much appreciated. We'll do this again soon, and when the
Thank
Jays win the
you.
World Series, we'll talk, man.
For sure.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you, man. Take care.